lightning, very frightening me. Can you guess who we're talking about today? We heard roaring cheers from the pocket dimension of Olympus as he grabs a thunderbolt out of midair in the new Thor Love and Thunder trailer. We already know and love the Norse god of thunder, Thor Odinson, but are you guys ready for the Greek god of thunder and lightning, Zeus? People today worship a variety of different gods from different religions, and some people pray for a great life, some people pray for great fortune, definitely me. In general, believing in God and having faith definitely helps one find inner peace. Most of the time. But today, let's talk about some gods in history that may have not had the best track record. Yeah. Hey everyone, my name is Gwen, and today we're going to be breaking down some of the myths and legends and also telling you about the powers and abilities of one of the horniest gods that we know. He is the king of Mount Olympus, the god of thunder and lightning, and the father of all gods in the Greek pantheon, Zeus! But before we continue, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and let us know down below if you like the content that we're putting out. Also, please subscribe to us. Thank you very much, and let's get back to the video. In Greek mythology, Zeus is known as the god of sky, thunder, and lightning. He rules the Olympians. So as king of Mount Olympus, he is often referred to as the Father. The Godfather. Okay, but seriously though, he is known to control the weather, bring signs and omens, and also bring order and justice to the gods and humanity. And there's just too many ands, so let's just jump right into his origin story. Whee! In the Marvel comics, Zeus's origins did not differ much from Greek mythology, but there were some minor adjustments here and there. The difference is that in the comics, Zeus originates from a pocket dimension called Olympus instead of Mount Olympus on Earth. Zeus is the son of Titans Cronus and Rhea and was prophesied to dethrone his father and take over the kingdom of heaven. And upon hearing this, Cronus got a little bit afraid that he would suffer the same fate as his father because, surprise, surprise, Cronus was the one who dethroned his father Uranus. Another difference between Marvel and mythology is that in Greek mythology, Cronus actually eats his children. What kind of father eats their children? His children being Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, Poseidon, and Zeus. Actually, Zeus narrowly escapes this fate because his mother wraps a bunch of rocks up in a blanket and offers it to Cronus instead. Yikes. You thought you had daddy issues. Rhea hid Zeus on the island of Crete where he was raised by nymph Amalthea, and in some versions I think she was a goat, but that's besides the point. Zeus spent his time here growing wiser and stronger and vowed to one day return and save his siblings. In the comics though, they strayed away from this R-rated story and went for a more PG-13 story instead, where Cronus banishes Zeus' siblings to the realm of Tartarus, which is the deepest pit in the underworld. The Titan of Wisdom, Métis, then bestows upon Zeus a bottle of poison, which he uses to poison his father Cronus. He offers Cronus a cup of red wine while disguised as a cupbearer. Cronus drinks the red wine and starts regurgitating Zeus' siblings. So the 6 Olympians, Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, Poseidon, and Zeus, band together and rebel against the Titans, taking over the heavens. But of course, the Titans were not having it, so they waged war against the Olympians for years, and they were winning too, until of course Zeus hatched a plan. He released the monsters of the Gaia, the Cyclops, and the 10-handed Hecatoncheires, and with all of that help, he finally defeated the Titans. Woo! Go Zeus! Once the war was won, Zeus ascended to the peak of Mount Olympus and was crowned the ruler of gods and mankind. So with his origin story out of the way, let's talk a little bit about his powers and abilities. And like we saw in the Thor Love and Thunder trailer, Zeus grabs a thunderbolt out of midair, which is the coolest thing ever to witness. And also, that's one of his biggest powers and abilities, Thunderbolts. Zeus's main weapon of choice. He can wield thunderbolts and strike them down on his targets. His bolts could shear mountains, vaporize islands, incinerate entire cities, and even boil the seas. These bolts were also capable of destroying the bodies of mortals and even gods. His thunderbolts were carried by Pegasus, a mythical winged horse in Greek mythology. And like Loki, who we discussed in a previous episode, and you can check the link down below if you want to watch that, Zeus also has the ability to Shapeshift! So with this ability, he is actually able to change his gender and forms at will. His disguises include that of an eagle, a satyr, a flame, fire, a phoenix, a shower of gold, a swan, a star, a bear, a shepherd, a goose, a serpent. And since Zeus was the god of the sky, he had absolute control over elements such as winds, thunderstorms, rain, clouds, and weather. He also had the ability to control the movement of stars, govern the functions of day and night, control the effects of time, and even decide the lifespan of mortals. Wow. And if that wasn't cool enough, Zeus's power scale in the Marvel comics is far, far greater. He was part of the forces who protected Earth against the Celestials, who we got to meet in the Marvel movie Eternals. Zeus was actually known to be respected by the one and only Thanos, who at that time wielded a full Infinity Gauntlet. Now that is saying something. Before we dig in deeper into the harems of Zeus, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up because it'll really help our channel grow. And let me know down below what you think of Zeus or any other gods. Moving on! Zeus was known to have many affairs with both gods and humans, despite being a married man, of course. But before he met his wife Hera, Zeus was actually with a titan named Metis. They were living well until a prophecy was spoken to Zeus. It said that he would be overpowered by one of the two children he would have with Metis, the same way he overtook his father Cronus. Zeus convinced Metis to turn into a fly and then he swallowed her. Yikes. Zeus and Metis' affair actually gave birth to Athena, god of war and wisdom. Zeus and his sister Demeter also had an affair, which bore them their daughter Persephone. And Persephone is the goddess and queen of the underworld, married to god of the underworld, Hades. The third and final story that we have is the time Zeus had his eyes on Alcmene, princess of Mycene, and also his great-granddaughter. Ew. Zeus, why? So basically, Zeus transformed into Prince Amphitryon in order to sleep with Alcmene, and thereby conceiving the mighty Hercules, who we know as Hercules! And he also had a short run in the Marvel comics. Bonus story, there was a time when Zeus transformed into a swan and slept with the Queen of Sparta, Leda. Don't ask me why the Queen of Sparta would want to sleep with a swan, but this is as ridiculous as any myths or stories that exists, I guess. But it gets even weirder because Leda actually gives birth to some eggs, and one of those eggs hatches out to be Helen. Yeah, Helen of Troy. What? And with that bombshell, we have come to the end of our video. It is confirmed that Zeus will now be a part of the new Thor Love and Thunder movie, played by veteran actor Russell Crowe. It's gonna be really exciting seeing, Zeus and Thor interact with each other, and to see if Zeus goes toe-to-toe with Gorr the God Butcher, played by the one and only Christian Bale. Whew. It's getting hot in here or what? I'm super excited because, if the Taika Watiti can say Gorr is gonna be the best villain that ever walked the MCU, well, I'm excited. Like, no hate to my boy Thanos, but this is Taika Watiti. I trust him with my life. Look what he did for the Thor franchise. And as usual, drop us a comment and give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell to stay updated to all of our latest videos. Click here if you want to watch more Marvel stuff, and click here if you want to watch more Southeast Asian horror stories. As usual, don't look at the demon, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!